Hello everyone. In the last video, we studied why we need to understand object oriented programming and why we need to use that way of writing programs. In that video, we studied what is a class, an instance, an attribute, and a method. A class is a blueprint out of which an instances are made, and those instances inherit the properties of that class. So, if you look at the example, history is a class, and from history we had students belonging to that class which were the instances from that class, and these students had the properties inherited from that class. Next we looked at, so here if we look at self, this f name is the attribute of that instance and l name is the attribute of that instance, and this function defined inside the class is called as a method. So we had covered the basic building blocks of object oriented programming in the last video. Now we'll go ahead and we'll study, in this video we'll study about class variables and instance variables. So let's take the example of a store and create a class for that store. So the settings what we are using is that a store can have different products with different prices and quantities. We can sell the products at a different discounted price, and we can give different discount price rates on the price. So let's create a class which has all these properties. Class store. Note one thing, I have the first letter of the class is capital, and similarly here also the first letter of the class is capital. This is usually the convention which is used. So as it says, a store can have different products at different prices. So we want to initialize or instantiate with the product price and the different quantities. So we'll write an init method. We want a product type, product price, which will be a unit price, and product quantity. Self dot price so we have defined a class which takes and this class is instantiated using arguments product type, unit price, and the quantity. Let's see how this class can be instantiated. So suppose product 1 is a phone. Product type is the first product type is a phone, and the unit product price is suppose 1500, and suppose we have 20 pieces of product 1 in our store. If we look at this, okay, so if you want to see what is the product 1 type of the product 1, so we can see it like this. Product 1 is a phone, and the price of that phone is 1500, and how many pieces are there or how many units are there? There are 20 units. So we have created the class and we have instantiated the class, and now I will go ahead and define a method. Final price, which will again take self as an argument, and I want to return the multiplication of 1500 and 20. That will be the final price. So So some of you might be wondering that we can have different brands of phone, as well as we can have different quantities of phone to calculate the final price. Yes, we can have, and in the upcoming videos we'll see what is inheritance and how it can be used to create different subclasses within a class. But for now we'll stick with this example. So what I'm doing here is I have created a method inside the class store, which gives me the final price of that product. So here if I run this, and if I again I hope you know how to call this method which is inside the class. So suppose if I want to call it using my class, then I have to pass what I have to pass the instance, so product 1. As you can see, I got 30,000 as the answer, which is the product of 1520, which is the final price. So let's see, let's suppose we have another product in the store, which is laptop, and we have 30 units of laptop, and the price, unit price is suppose 3000. Again, the final price for that product 2 will be 90,000. I can call this, I can calculate the final price in the following way as well. Product 1 final price, as you can see I don't have to pass anything here, because product 1 is automatically passed as an argument when you call a method using an instance. Now suppose I want to apply a discount on this price. So let me create another method in this. Discounted price self dot price. So we have, this will remain the same, but now I want to apply a discount. So discount rate, but remember one thing, this discount rate, so suppose if I define the discount rate here, okay, this is another way of defining the function. Suppose if I define the discount rate here, then, and if I run this function again, I have this final price 90,000, but I want to calculate final discounted price. So automatically the product 1 will be passed as an argument, and now I have to specify a discount rate. So let the discount rate be 10%. As you can see, product 1's final price would be 30,000, and after a discount, okay, so it will apply a discount rate. If I apply a discount rate of 10%, it should be 90%. So in this way we'll get the correct answer, 27,000. After deducting 3,000, my final price is 27,000. This is the final discounted price. Now again, if I want to share this discount rate with all the products, instead of defining it here, I can define it outside of the inside the class, but outside this functions and outside the methods. In this way, discount rate is suppose 0.2%. 2, like which is 20%. So but if you run this now, here the discount rate should it should take the value of zero point 0.2. So let's run this. As you can see, it says two arguments were given because product 1 will be passed as an argument, so that is one argument, as well as we have another one here. So let's remove this. Again, it's not accepting this discount rate, because since we are defining it inside a class, we have to specify that we are calling this, we have to tell where to look for that variable. So this type of variable is called as a class variable. So this is very important. If we look here, self dot product, this product is called as an instance variable since it belongs to a particular instance. Product 1 dot final price, oh sorry, product 1 dot product 1 dot price, product 1 dot quantity. All these are attributes, but all these are also called as instance variables because they belong to a particular instance. If we look at the discount rate, this is inside a class, but it is outside of any particular method. So this is called as a class variable. And we can see what is a class variable in this way. Okay, as you can see, I am able to call the discount rate using the class. And also here, if I want to run this code, now it will run because now I have defined where to look for that code. We can see that it is able to calculate the final discounted price. Remember one thing, now I have defined the discount rate inside the class, but I can also call it using self. So if I call it using self, it will look for the discount rate first in the instance and then in the class. If it's not defined for that particular instance, then it will look for that that variable in the class. So let's see. So I have product 1, let's run this. I have product 1. Now if I set product 1 dot discount rate as 0.3, and now let's print and see if it works. Product 1 dot discount rate, you can see it's 0.3, but if I run, if I want to find out the discount rate which is applicable on all the products or which is by default, then it should still give me 0.2 because this is fixed, but I can change the discount rate for each instance. So in this way I can modify the discount rate for each product. But again, if I don't want to modify and I still want to give a discount, the by default discount will be this one, 0.2. So this is called as a class variable since it's associated to a class, whereas if we define it this way, this is called as an instance variable because this belongs to a particular instance. So now it should be clear to you what is the meaning of class variable and what is the meaning of instance variable. Instance variable belongs to a particular instance and we can change it as well, whereas a class variable belongs to a class and we can change it, but that rate will be applicable to all the instances. Thank you. If you have any doubt, please comment, and if you like the video, please like and subscribe.